from the inside out. And this season, it's the only thing that really matters. And I was reminded this last week of the significance of this season. And just like you, I can lose it quickly. So much going on, so many things to do, so many people to vie for, so many parties to attend. And there were a couple things that I was shown this week that brought me back to really the significance and importance of what my life is all about. On Sunday at our service, in our last service, there was a man here, and if you attend church, this name will be familiar. His name is John Parker. And he doesn't get to come to church that much anymore. He's almost 92 years old, suffering with beginning stages of Alzheimer's disease. His memory's not what it was. But he was here, and he was sitting in the third row, and he was wrapped in a blanket because he didn't want to get too cold. And we had a lady singing a special, Old Little Town of Bethlehem and Away in a Manger, and it was a solo, and everyone was listening, except in this service, Ellie had a duet because John was singing at the top of his voice. And he remembered every word. And I heard people behind me crying as they were watching him sing, and his son, I looked over and he said, "I'm sorry," and I said, "No, this is great." And it was as if nobody else was in the room. And afterwards, I went down to shake John and Virginia's hand and give him a hug. See, John was on the elder board, and he hired me 20 years ago when I came to this church. And I said, "Hi, John," and he looked at me and he said, "Now, who are you?" And I said, "I'm Matthew." He goes, "And what do you do here?" I said, "Well, I used to drive you crazy with my music, but now I preach." And he laughed. And then he said, "Do you know Jesus?" And I said, "Yeah, I do know Jesus, John." He said, "That's great." And then they rolled him out in his wheelchair, and he was going out this way, and my wife stopped him to say hi. And he didn't remember her either. But he said the same exact thing to her. "Do you know Jesus?" And she said, "Yes, I do." And he said, "That's great." On Tuesday, I was watching Fox News, and